Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Dori Patrick here, coming at you from my art studio, my very messy art studio. I've missed you. How have you been? We missed last week, as you probably know, due to some travel hiccups. But I'm back and I've been cranking in the studio since I got home, and I'm a little hoarse. I'm not sure why. I'm gonna try not to sound too terrible. I've got my coffee here. You're joining me for morning coffee. Isn't that fun? So yeah, I don't know what this throat thing is, but anyway, so today is Tuesday, February 15th. I've got weird hair. My hair is a bad day and my eyes are tired, so I'm wearing my funky glasses. Whenever I have these and I have black and white polka dot, and whenever I wear them, people ask me where I get them, and I got them off a website called Zenni.com, Z-E-N-N-I. If I remember, I'll try to put a link in the description, in the show notes. But yeah, so it's been a crazy couple of weeks. So as you know, I was going on a trip to New Orleans the last time we talked. And so I'm back from that. Had a wonderful time. So this was with my girl cousins on my mom's side. And there are 5 of us, and we're spread out across the country. So we hardly ever get to see each other. I mean, never. I think it's been several years since we all were together at a family reunion. And so we met up in New Orleans, and it was so much fun. The visit was fun. The city was fun. We ate lots of good food. We drank wine. We had long chats. It was just so lovely. The travel part, the air travel part, was not my favorite. Well, for one thing, it was storming on the day we all tried to get into New Orleans, which that's no one's fault. That just happens. So a couple of our cousins got redirected to Jackson, Mississippi, and spent several hours there waiting for this storm to pass. When I was the last one to arrive, and you know, it was still clearing up, and so we were circling New Orleans for quite a while before we could land, and so it was late when I got in, and yeah, and then the trip back home was stressful. I spent a night in the Charlotte airport along with several other people trying to get back to Cedar Rapids. So I wasn't alone, but, and you know what? It was not fun, but at least I didn't have little kids with me. There were a couple of mommies who had little kids, one with a baby, and I swear, like, they had it up to here. So, the air travel, not so much fun, but still totally worth it. I gathered a lot of inspiration there. If you've been there, you know, New Orleans is weird. And we stayed in the French Quarter. So the French Quarter is like super weird and super fun and colorful. And I got lots of great snapshots that I hope to be, well, I shared some of them on socials while I was traveling, but there are a few that are just really inspiring me now with my art practice, and I just can't wait to get to that. But anyway, yeah, so New Orleans was fabulous, and we all agreed we're really gonna try hard to do this every year, because the connections made were priceless, and we can do it anywhere, you know? So we're gonna pick another place next year and hopefully try it again, which makes me excited. So cousins, if you're watching this, thank you so much. Love you. It was totally worth it. So I came home on my birthday. So I spent the night in the airport, woke up on my birthday on the floor of the airport and finally got in late morning on my birthday, and really just showered, and then I slept for a good long while because I was worn out. And we just had a lovely quiet night for my birthday, and the hubby always gives good gifts. And there were a couple that I wanted to share with you because these are makers who I think you guys might be interested in. So the first thing is, and I think this is from Amore Fabrics. I think that's the name of the shop, but again, I will double check and I'll put the link in the description. But hubby caught on to my obsession lately with stitching and fabrics and stuff. And he, in one of my favorite shops on Etsy, he came across these, and these are, it's a goodie bag full of beautiful fabrics. I mean, come on. And I'm not gonna show them all to you, but I'm gonna try to hold some up so you kind of get the idea. Lots of trims. This is one of my favorites. So I think they are scraps from just like textiles. Some of them have finished edges, some of them don't. Isn't that pretty? So there's a whole big bag of these lovely, lovely scraps. And I've already started incorporating, I incorporated a couple into my prayer flags that I'm working on for my show. But I mean, I could see like even cutting that out and stitching that onto, you know, a shrine or whatever. But just the patterns and the colors are so exciting. So that was a really good gift. Good job, hubby. And then the other thing, oh, I gotta show you one more. Look at this. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of fun finding little places to stitch those into. So a whole big bag of little scraps, and I will try my best to find the link to share with you. The other thing is, this is made by Bonnie Gorsuch, Fabric Artistry, and she's My Bonnie, B-O-N-N-Y, on Etsy, and she makes just super fun clothing. I think there may have been some wall art, I can't remember exactly, but she just recycles fabrics and things and makes these fabulous pieces. And he got me this, and I think I may have to stand up to show this to you. Look at that. Isn't that so fabulous and fun? I can't even. Of course, we all know Frida is the goddess. We love her. And then, I mean, just look at all this scrappy, fabulous. There's like some fun, like an old dish towel and pieces of tapestries. I mean, and I could even just keep going on this. If I felt like it, I could just keep stitching and attaching patches and things. And look at her little earrings, her little spoons. Oh, isn't that great? So, and when I opened it, let me see if I can get out of here gracefully. Probably not. So I said, oh, I don't think I'm going to want to paint in this. It's so precious. And he said, well, I thought you could wear it while you're doing your stitching. So that might be what I do. I'll wear it when I'm doing my sewing. But I think actually when I redo the studio, I'm going to find a place to kind of hang it like a piece of art because it's so fun and cool. Look at that little brooch that's on there. Yeah, so that was good. Good job, hubby. He always does good. I'm pretty lucky. Okay, so let's see what else has happened since I saw you last. I have been working on my show, sharing little snippets of the pieces that I'm making. That's coming along. I think I'm done mostly with my prayer flags. I'm moving on to a big piece, I'm hoping. that'll be 36 by 36 inch-ish. And then I'm working on some sculptural pieces to go with the show as well. So I'm trying really hard to stay focused, and I'm gonna try not to jabber too much at you today because I've got a full plate of things to get done. But I did enjoy a couple of days after I got back. Let's see, I think it was the 10th. I had my first in-person workshop in like forever. Was over at Threads here in Cedar Rapids, and we did the colorful heart grid canvas, I guess you call it. But so I had this is the sample that I worked on. I'm not quite done with it. I'm gonna add some more goodies to it and probably pop it in the Etsy shop. But such fun ladies. Oh my gosh, those classes are just so fun. They bring out the nicest people, and it's so fun for me as a teacher to always see the idea brought to life in different ways by different people. That is just super fun for me. So this was a highlight too. And if you're in Cedar Rapids and you are a creative soul, especially if you're into textile art or textile work, definitely go see Rachel at Threads. She's super fun, super helpful, has lots of great ideas, and she's just created this amazing space. And it's really cool for people like me who don't have the space in our studio to teach, to have an option, to have a space to work from. So, a little coffee sip. So go check out Threads. Okay. I've got my notes here in case you're wondering, what the heck are you looking at? Gosh, my voice. Yeah, so I've been working on the show. That's been my main focus. One thing I wanted to talk about today was I've gotten several questions about my sewing machine. And basically, is what I'm doing tough on the sewing machine? I think is the general concern or question. And so here, well, I don't know if I can show you. Let's see if this will work. Here it is. I'm not going to show you the whole thing because we're going to get all wonky here. But so here's my answer to that. Whoa. Okay. I have an old brother sewing machine. I don't even know how old it is. I've had it forever. And I am not a seamstress. I don't make clothing. I don't do any kind of fine work with it. My machine is strictly a mixed media machine. I stitch paper, I stitch painted fabrics, I push the limit to how many fabrics I can stitch through with my needles. And somebody asked, is that hard on the machine? It could be, but it's an old machine that I'm not worried about. I've had it so long that someday I know it's going to give out and it will probably, need to be replaced at some point. But I just it keeps on trucking. I just, every once in a while I switch the needle out, and it just keeps going. So, knock on wood, it will keep going and see me through this show. I think I might freak out if I have to replace it while I'm working on this show because I'm so used to how it runs. But yeah, so I think I am probably a little hard on my machine, but my machine, that is what it's for. If you are doing any kind of garment stitching or fine embroidery on your machine, probably don't want to do what I do with my machine. You may want to have a separate, inexpensive or old machine to do your funky stuff with and take care of your good machine. But yeah, so that's what's up with the machine. It's been just a good pal to me, and it's been fun really digging into working with the textiles again. And speaking of the sewing machine, here's something new that it's not new. Nothing's new, right? But new to me. I finally figured out a way to use up some yarn scraps. And let me grab my, hang on. Okay, so a lot of you know that I love to crochet scarves for fun at night, and I also cut lots of fringe. So my scarves have like fringed tassels of the same yarns that are in the scarves. And I always overcut, so I always have extra, and it's maddening. I've been doing this for years, and I still can't figure out how to cut the right amount of fringe. But anyway, so I have this little bag of leftover yarns, and I finally remembered something that I could do. Several of you actually, I think my friend Gay was doing it, and actually Lisa, there were a couple people out there stitching, trapping things in tulle or netting, and I realized, okay, bingo, that's what I can do. So I am been taking my yarn scraps and cutting them up. So I'm calling these confetti fabric. That's all I could come up with. But cutting them into little pieces and laying them on a piece of muslin, and then laying this tulle netting over the top, and then stitching the crap out of it. Basically, this was the first one I did, and I love it. And I think it's still my favorite one of the ones that I did. So this was the second one I did, and I do love it too, but I realized that I love the ones with less yarn. I like a little bit of that muslin showing through. This one's really thick, but look at all that texture. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm gonna do with these just yet. I'm just looking at it as a piece of fabric that I can cut out. These would be cute, like cut into hearts, made into little brooches or something. Then I decided to try more of a black and white. So there's a black and white, and you probably can't see this very well, but there's some sparkle in there, and a little pop of color. They just make me so happy. And then this is the last one that I did, which has a little more green, and then I kind of toned it down a little bit with the amount of yarn. It's easier to stitch through for one thing, but I also really love the fabric showing through. And this little corner is funny. This looks like a little bunch of worms, but I still like it. I'm thinking cut up into smaller pieces could be really fun. So that's my confetti fabric. And if I get around to it, I might make you guys a video of how I made them. No promises though. Yeah, so I think that's it. Oh, also speaking of the sewing machine, I am going to be bringing my sewing machine to Witter Gallery on Saturday, March 12th. That is the day of my meet and greet. So the show will already be up. It'll be hanging, and hubby and I are going to be there to meet you all in person. I hope that you will come by and say hi. I'm bringing my sewing machine, and I'll be doing a demo on how I kind of piece together the prayer flags. And just kind of show some steps that I follow to get those done. So yeah, it's going to be Saturday, March 12th at Witter Gallery, and it's at 10 a.m. So we'll be there from 10 to about 11 a.m. It's just a brief little meet and greet, and I sure would love it if you're in the neighborhood to come on by and introduce yourself. I'd love to show you the finished show, and I'll also have some goodies for sale there as well. Some prints and cards, some brand new that you haven't seen before will be introduced at that show. So yeah, so in the meantime, I'm going to, whoops, I'm going to sign off. I wish you guys a wonderful week, and I'll meet you back here again next Tuesday. Okay, take care.